I think it's time for another Welsh country pub lunch.
Yay!
Mel's happy. And today is the turn of the Blue Anchor Inn in East Aberthaw in the Vale of Glamorgan.
I've been there for years.
And as usual, I'm going to give you a bit of history of the place, show you a bit of the countryside, and then the important part,
The food.
So here's a little taster of what's coming up. Although the Blue Anchor Inn is a country pub, it's only 30 minutes from Cardiff city centre. And when I say it's an old pub, I do mean old. It dates back to the 1380s. But at the moment, I've parked by the Blue Anchor. Mel's in the car. There's a big car park there, by the way. I'm taking a short walk to the beach. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of this area. Let's go. And the sun's trying to break through as well. The forecast is rain though. Well, the Blue Anchor is a Grade 2 listed building. It's got a thatched roof. We'll get onto that later. It was probably built as a house, but it was converted to a pub quite soon after its construction, which makes it one of the oldest pubs in Wales. I don't think it's the oldest, but one of the oldest. And the name, the Blue Anchor, apparently that comes from the ships that used to moor in Aberthaw. The Bristol Channel mud had a bluish tint which used to coat the anchor, hence the name the Blue Anchor. Soon I'll be at Aberthaw Beach, and when you see it, it'll be hard to imagine that this used to be quite a busy port long before the rise of Cardiff and Barry docks. And the pub itself had a tobacco drying room, which hints at possible trade with the American colonies. Well, there's a sign you don't see every day in Wales. It may come as no surprise that this area of the Vale of Glamorgan, and especially around here, Aberthaw, was synonymous with smuggling. And from the records from Cardiff Custom House, there's an account from 1735 of officers seeing a boat and smugglers carrying barrels. They chase them and they catch them quite easily. They were smuggling rum, and these smugglers were sampling a bit too much, I think, the rum they were trying to get into the country. Drunken smugglers of Aberthaw. Well, just before we get to the beach, there's this building, which is quite interesting. Take a look at this. So only 10 minutes walk from the pub, you come across this, Aberthaw Lime and Cement Works. And what was good about the cement they produced, it's set underwater, which made it really useful for marine construction, for lighthouses and harbours and things like that. So, worth coming down to take a look. Well, just in front of the old cement works is Aberthaw Biodiversity Area, a little nature reserve. I've now got to the beach at Aberthaw and I've joined the Wales Coast Path. I actually walked this last summer from Porthcawl. I walked from Porthcawl all the way to here, East Aberthaw, and I actually got a drink in the Blue Anchor. It was a long way to go for a pint. I'll put that video at the end. Take a look. Like I said earlier, it's hard to imagine this area being a bustling port. Well, getting back to the pub, as I mentioned, the Blue Anchor dates from the 1380s and it still retains its thatched roof. Many of the buildings were converted to slate, but like the Bush Inn not far away, the Blue Anchor still has the thatched roof. But obviously that brings its own problems, especially fire, and the Blue Anchor has caught fire, I think 1922, 2004, and the most recent fire in the roof was 2009. Picturesque, but obviously has its drawbacks. It's an old pub, so is it haunted? Well, surprisingly, I haven't heard that many ghost stories about the Blue Anchor. Maybe you're local and you know some? If you do, let me know in the comments. The only stories I've heard is that ghostly figures of smugglers have been spotted at night carrying barrels up the path to the pub. Maybe they weren't ghosts, maybe they were actually smugglers. Anyway, that's enough chatter. I think it's time for lunch. I forgot to mention, guess who's with us again?
It's me. I remortgaged the house so I can go out for dinner again.
Mel's inside already.
Oh, she's gone in, is she?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
yeah.
Ooh.
I came in, started raining. Cheers.
It's all over the place, isn't it? Higgledy pit little rooms everywhere.
Yeah.
Mel's going for the light bite. Prawn Mary Rose. So Mel's going for that, and the ciabatta. What are you going for, Sean?
I am very partial to fillet of beef stroganoff.
Who's that?
So that one on there.
Okay.
So it sounds very nice.
I think I'll go for a 3-bean chili without chips.
Ooh, healthy.
I know, just rice.
I've gone for a prawn ciabatta because I'm going out again tonight.
Oh yeah, we're going out tonight.
Yes, I didn't want chips and a big meal.
Jolly 2 meals.
Well, there we are. And I thought the starters looked nice. Nice little options there, and dessert. Well, the idea is if I'm still hungry after the prawn ciabatta, I will have the coconut and Malibu cheesecake. But I probably won't be.
It's quite dark in here. Well, it's not that dark, but on camera it's quite dark. So when the food comes, I think we'll take some photographs. That'll be clearer. But we'll see what we can do. The food's arrived. There's my chili. I wish I had chips now.
I wish you had chips or chips.
So that's Sean's. And that's Mel's.
I'm impressed with the ciabatta. Ciabatta's warm, which is nice.
What's that?
The ciabatta is warm.
Get off. There's an extra fork in my food. Get off.
That's nice.
There's no easy way to eat that.
There's no delicate way to eat this. Very creamy. Very fresh. Thank you for recording that for posterity.
It's quite spicy.
This has got a bit of heat to it.
It's quite nice for a vegetarian dish. Because sometimes it's really bland, isn't it, when you have a vegetarian option? Insipid, but this is nice.
Good. A bit more nice. It tastes quite tomato when I tried
The only thing is I miss chips. Half and half.
it. You could have had chips, but you decided not to have chips.
I know. That's because we're going out tonight. Eat your greens, Mel.
I'm going to.
Finished? Yeah. So these two are debating whether to have dessert or not. Personally, I'm full. But you get one to share.
I didn't have like 10 pieces of toast for breakfast. I keep Marcus.
I might succumb to a chocolate and amaretti brownie with chocolate sauce, kirsch cherries and vanilla ice cream.
Oh.
I need a stretcher to take me home.
Is it nice?
They're very boozy, those cherries. It's a very grown-up dessert, I think. Very grown-up dessert.
So that was the meal in the Blue Anchor, East Aberthaw. We're going to be brief because it's raining.
Okay, what do you think, Marcus?
I enjoyed.
That's very brief. Okay.
Yeah, that is brief. No, it's a nice little pub. It's really oldie-worldy, wasn't it?
Good
It's very
vegetarian.
deceiving inside.
Yeah.
You think it's a lot smaller, but actually it's it's full of character, that pub.
Couple of good vegetarian options,
Yeah.
I thought. And my ciabatta was nice and warm and really crusty and really good quality.
This rain's coming down.
Yeah.
And you don't often
Yeah.
see beef stroganoff on
Highlights
menus.
were your ciabatta was really fresh, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And your dessert, Sean.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That was very
Kirsch
good.
cherries, full
Yeah,
of booze, amaretto, lovely.
And we're in the car park, and as you can hear, a car's reversing out, so I think we better move. Because of the rain, I forgot to mention I was in a rush. The price, it was £53, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For the three of us.
All of us.
And more pub lunches coming up next.
Oh yeah, and if you've got any recommendations, tell us below.
Yep.
Make a note in the comments.
Yeah. Okay then.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.